Bishop John Mark Haung Godia of the Anglican Diocese of Maseno West, together with me, fellow ministers and church leaders within this region who are members of the National Council of Churches of Kenya, Bishop Yala and Bishop Francis and Bishop Caleb from CCA. We as the council members of Siaya County, representatives of the churches of National Council of Churches within this area, do urge the Kenyan Parliament to expedite their engagement on the recommendations made by the Nacdo committee, the National Dialogue Committee, so that it allows implementation of those recommendations. Some of those recommendations made have been overtaken by time. For instance, the composition of IEBC, it's long overdue, and those are issues that need to be addressed with a lot of speed. The issue of the boundary reviews is also running out. Time is running out for that to be done. And without the IEBC in place, it may not be possible to do them within the constitutional framework provided. So we pray that they work with speed to ensure that those recommendations are put into implementation as soon as possible. So that is the point that we needed to ask our parliament to engage with that document and pass those recommendations, have them implemented as soon as possible. This forum has provided us with an opportunity to deliberate on a number of socio-economic and political scenarios that are emerging within our county and our country. We now wish to share the following message with the residents of Siaya County and the Kenyan nation in general. One, we are deeply concerned that after 10 years of devolution and democratization of Kenya, we are yet to fully enjoy the fruits of devolution within Siaya County. The state of service delivery in this county is unsatisfactory, with complaints of favoritism, rampant corruption, tribalism, as well as nepotism being reported among the residents. The most affected sector is health, with reports of lack of essential drugs and equipment in most facilities, forcing residents of Siaya County to seek medical treatment in neighboring counties. We urge the governor, His Excellency James Bob Orengo, to move with speed and rally his government officers within the health sector to raise the bar in terms of service delivery. The residents of Siaya County are going through tough economic times, just as elsewhere within the nation, where we are struggling to put food on the table. Most households have been affected and they are really struggling. The rising cost of living has brought stress and mental anguish to families across board, and especially the vulnerable and the poor. Learners from poor backgrounds have not been able to regularly attend school. Some have not even reported back to school due to school fees, and the school dropout rate is on the increase. Similarly, the harsh economic situations has affected local businesses in Siaya. We are aware of reduced business activity, and some business people have had to close down their businesses. The county government of Siaya should rise to support the business community by speedily operationalizing the grant scheme to business groups within the county. We note that the Constitution provides for inclusive participation of the public in constitutional and democratic governance processes within the county level up to the village level. This includes effective public participation in policy formulation, budgeting, planning, and the implementation processes of those things that have been planned. However, in our county, the public participation process in Siaya is fundamentally flawed. The public is not adequately communicated to. Attendance is restricted to only a few people, and the county officials undertake public participation as a public relation exercise to meet the legal requirement. This has resulted in loss of social accountability, lack of public goodwill, and apathy among county residents. We urge the governor to lead and review the public participation bill and ensure that the objective and spirit of the public participation process is met.
Bishop Jackton Yala of Maranatha Faith Assemblies. The security apparatus need to move with speed and rein in cases of killings, breakings, muggings, threats, and intimidation. We urge the County Security and Intelligence Committee to move with speed and enforce law and order across the county. That the County Assembly of Siaya is a legal body with a mandate of providing oversight to the county executive and ensuring proper service delivery to the residents of the county. However, most members of the County Assembly have abdicated their roles and become complicit in the ills being undertaken in the county of Siaya. Some of them have become contractors through proxies, taking tenders to implement projects. How can one be the implementer and at the same time the monitor of the same project? This sad state of affairs has led to incomplete projects, poor workmanship, and loss of public funds. We urge that proper monitoring and evaluation frameworks be put in place to avoid conflict of interest and ensure value for money on projects delivered. Whereas we acknowledge the 5,000 given to bursary beneficiaries, we have noted with concern the way bursaries are launched and disbursed to recipient beneficiaries without regarding cost-effective measures. We urge the county government to put regulations and measures, structured mechanisms for bursary allocation and disbursement with a proposed minimum of 10,000 shillings per recipient.
Bishop Francis Ouma of Full Gospel Churches of Kenya, Siaya County. We take note with a lot of concern that the current political tension being perpetrated by our politicians and has played out most in funeral and church function. In as far as we recognize the leadership of these our politicians, we as the ecumenical council in Siaya County, we wish to state as follows. 1. Funeral services or any other church functions are not arena for the political battles, and we urge our members' churches not to allow the scandals of our pulpits to be defiled by the politician with ill motives. 2. We urge our politicians to respect our lines of engagement. For us churches, we don't interfere with their political events. We urge Parliament to expedite their engagement on the recommendation made so that allow implementation of the recommendation, for some of them have been overtaken by time. They should work with speed to ensure that we are done with the recommendation as soon as possible. In conclusion, we, the religious leaders, are the voice of the reason in the county, and we advocate for the meaningful change in our society. We call upon the religious leaders to unite and speak with courage on the social issues affecting our communities without fear or favor. We remain open to cultivate dialogue with our county and national leaders to find a solution to the various issues that are of concern to Siaya County and Kenya.
Kidogo tu nachukua picha zingine.
Oh, okay.
Tuko ready ukiwa ready.
Care. Koro kwatieko. Kusentie bugudu adayo doa. Kikuda doa da. Where's the one more chair. One more.
There is a point which didn't come out clear. I don't know what you wanted.
Now it is in point number 9, and let me just clarify.
Yeah.